This pickup made its illegal entry through the barbed wire portion of border fence that our ranch shares with Mexico. Nobody should have to deal with this kind of activity on their ranch or anywhere for that matter.
Brandy and Russell Johnson live just outside Columbus, New Mexico, on a cattle ranch that shares a border with the northern state of Chihuahua, Mexico.
I mean, we all get together and everybody chips in, and it's a great way to raise your kids.
They both have law enforcement backgrounds, Russell even serving as a Border Patrol agent. But they never expected to be caught up in the middle of a political battle over the border. In 2019, during President Trump's first term in the White House, funding came through for new construction on the border wall, and the Johnson family fought to be included in the plans. Materials and manpower surged to their portion of the border with a plan to seal up close to 9 miles. Months after construction started on their portion of the wall, former President Joe Biden was elected. He promised a more empathetic approach to immigration, and by March of 2021, he halted the construction project, froze funding, and terminated the previous emergency declaration by the first Trump administration along the border.
How long has that material been sitting there?
Since December of 2020. Now it's just material.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm sure, of materials.
Probably millions, considering the amount of steel and what steel costs. It's probably millions of dollars that's been sitting there for over 4 years at this point that, the taxpayer paid for, and it's just been sitting out there.
During the Biden administration, funding and manpower were reduced for the Department of Homeland Security. Then in 2024, a bipartisan border security bill that would have beefed things back up failed to pass after Trump lobbied Senate Republicans, move criticized as a political stunt by Democrats.
This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress and the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels it will be a political win for me and a political loser for him.
The Johnsons are hopeful Trump can make good on his promise to start up construction again on the border wall. But they are acutely aware this takes money and buy-in from both sides of the aisle.
How do you guys see this, living it every day?
It's one of those deals that if you could take the politics out of it, we could have it fixed overnight. And that's what's been extremely frustrating to me, is I feel like we're just a political pawn down here, used by both sides at times to push one narrative or the other. And I think and I've preached this to several people, if we could all just sit down at a table, there's going to be some common ground we can find.